Oh, 3, 2, 1, something like
Ooh,
that.
we are live.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, Bri.
I woke up from the deepest sleep, 3 minutes ago.
That's perfect because if you have listened to Page's album, it
Oh,
sounds like those moments before you wake up. So it's probably contextually very appropriate.
my computer is playing you. I can hear you coming out of another speaker.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're so right, and that's what we're here to do today, to celebrate our beloved piano player, Page McConnell. How lucky are we?
Oh
We get a
my.
Page McConnell,
Dude,
right?
we're lucky for so many reasons, but I will say, and it's funny, I have not previewed the GQ article
Okay.
outside of right now. I've got like the first paragraph up, but it says that he is hidden in plain sight. And what I love about our conversations is that we're so page forward that
Yeah.
he's not hiding in our plain sight. That's for sure.
No, no.
That
Page
seems
is
like a very uneducated point of view.
I've been trying to give my King Gizzard, I've been trying to tickle the King
Ooh.
Gizzard nerve, but man, it's the piano. It's the missing piano. And I
Hmm.
don't mean the missing keys, I mean the missing piano. That is,
Interesting.
well, that's it's just
I
it's
haven't gone all the way down that rabbit hole for King Giz, but I like that album Eyes Like the Sky. Oh
oh,
my
it's
god.
good. It's great. They're
It's
amazing.
insane.
But they don't you don't get access to classical music. Really. I mean, and name another band that has okay, you got like Elton, Billy Joel, okay, maybe a Coldplay, maybe when you get into like ELO, or you get into like Yes, or Emerson, or
Wow.
Emerson Lake Martin, it's all keyboards and organs. But piano is really, really, like, that's not a rock and roll instrument. It's really not, unless you're like, yeah, a solo artist, or a few exceptions, and like we're one of those exceptions. Fish is basically what.
I think it's how you track your rock and roll history, actually.
Okay, well, help me out. Just okay, Gar. Okay, I just thought of one. Edward Manuel, Richard Manuel. He played. I think he was mostly on the piano in the band.
I don't know who that is, but if you go back to rock and roll of the 50s and that movement from sort of American blues and jazz into rock and roll, I mean, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good point. That's a good
yeah,
point.
late
Jerry
like
Lewis. Okay.
50s, late
Yeah, but even Jerry
60s.
Lewis is a solo artist, and it's the
Yeah,
whole
but he got a band, yeah. Is that Ninja Cat Matt?
Ninja Cat Mask in the
Hey.
house.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, so I just woke up. What was it? During I want to say, like, in the middle of the pandemic or at the end of the pandemic, there was We Are the Visitors came out, or maybe We Are the Visitors came out, which
Is
was
that the Trey and Page duet
no,
album? What
no,
is
no,
that
no, no.
album?
That is
Is that a
The
Page
Page
album?
synth
Oh, I listened
album
to it. Yeah, it's
from
I
Iceland, when he went to Iceland.
yeah.
It's
I
just
can't recall out of my brain, but I've listened to it a few times. Is it more like is it as like
It's that.
meditative
No,
as
no, it's the same
this?
thing. It's
It's more
minimal.
compositional?
It's ambient. It's minimal, but it's all synths. There's no piano on it whatsoever.
This
And
has the piano overlay over all the
I feel
synth
like
stuff.
Page may be coming into himself just at this very moment.
Well, gosh, there's a couple things I've been thinking. So I've been trying to take care of my grading last night and today because tomorrow's my birthday and I don't want to have to deal with grading things. And I really do love like ambient sound behind my grading. So I put this album on. I've been through it like 7 times.
That's what everybody I've talked to have said. They're
Oh
like, I'm listening. I'm
man.
on my 9th time listening to it. I'm on
Yeah,
my 8th
well,
time listening
gosh,
to it.
it
It's
really
so
needs to
good.
just be played in a
Why don't
circle.
I should pull it up. Yeah.
It's really interesting because Trey put out Atriums, which is
Oh,
very ambient
yeah.
after the Sphere, which he had composed for that space. And there's some other ambient sort of meditation albums that I like right now, one of which is by a man from, I believe, your hometown. Reed Mathis put out
Oh,
from
that's
Jacob Fred.
that's
He
weird.
Do you know this album? It's called the Somnia Variations, and it's like 8 or 9 tracks. And then the 10th track is all the tracks together as a meditation. It's really cool. But I feel
That's
like,
interesting. I just paid Jacob Fred Jazz Odyssey and Reed Mathis just got mentioned yesterday. It just got mentioned yesterday in a video that I made, and it's quite
oh, no
obscure.
way.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
small world. Well,
yeah.
it's sort of top of mind, I guess.
You know, those guys are like hometown friends of mine.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
recall. They're from Tulsa. I am such
Brian,
a
my sorry to interrupt you. My
no, please.
Fender Rhodes
Mhm.
went to Brian Haas.
Brian and Dave Watts had a thing for a while
Did
there.
they? Okay, well then that's a funny little reunion of
I can't
instruments. Interesting.
remember what it was called. They did this like duet tour a number of years ago. I know one of the songs is called The Magic Way because Brian's mom used to tickle the inside of his arm and he would call it the magic way. And I think we
Ah,
were like out to dinner and I was like, tickle me to Dave because I love that. It like takes me
okay.
back to being a little girl and whatever, being like, Grandma, tickle my arm or whatever. It's like, it'll, take you to sleep or what have you. But they wrote a song called The Magic Way that was about that sweet feeling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that I take it back. I said, the piano is not a rock and roll instrument. I was just trying to think of like the piano is not okay,
A jam band instrument, maybe?
no, but Ninja Cat Matt landed on a few. Like Dogs in a
Oh,
Pile,
let's see.
maybe Little Richard.
Yeah,
Okay.
Little Richard for
Yeah,
sure.
these
That's
guys
where
made
my
it in music, made it a rock and
John
roll instrument.
Batiste right now is just like fucking crushing piano and mainstream
Little
music.
Feet. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Our band likes playing that because Linda loves piano.
And he says, we say here that Page may be coming into a moment because he slept from 2010 to
Oh.
2020. Matt's got a little edge. He's got a little edge to him.
Well, listen, if you ate that many sandwiches, you might be sleepy too. All that
Page sounds
gluten.
great last year, but he really does. I really, and I mean,
Paige is always the star of my heart. Come on.
so hold on. So hi, Ann. Hi, welcome back to Ridiculous.
Hi, Brad.
This is my friend,
Good morning.
Gayute. The rabid fish fan in me recognizes and salutes and adores the rabid fish fan in you.
My third eye is pulsing with love and light.
Bring it. More.
Yeah.
There's got to be more.
I'm dancing like a newborn elf.
This is episode 16 of Ridiculous. I'm proud of us, and we keep barreling through. We're going to be to 20 here soon enough.
I know. I was
Look at
thinking
us
about
go,
that today.
right?
It's wild. Yeah.
So the intention was to come on quickly because neither of us have a lot of time, and you got to grade papers. And in Boulder, who's a teacher who's got papers to grade. I'm in Tokyo, and it's just morning time here. It's tomorrow. It's the future. Good morning from the future. And we did something came up this week. Like we got a surprise album. We're just sitting here rambling, but we did get a surprise album from our a surprise announcement, really, from Phish, from the Phish camp, and you know that already. But I'll just pull up the thing. I want to talk about that, and we're gonna listen. We're not gonna listen to it, but we're gonna read about it. It coincided with a GQ article that I think we're gonna read.
Oh
today.
wait, what's the other announcement?
Well, that the album came out.
Oh. And there's 2 articles. I think there's
Hold
2
on, let me see
articles.
here.
We're just gonna read one today.
So
Like Brian said, we're gonna try and keep it compact. We have things to
yeah,
do in our worlds.
I do want to talk real quick. So this is pagemcconnell.com, and the first thing that I thought of when I saw this was Man Ray. I didn't really
I
know what
totally see it. I could totally see it.
that actually looks like Man Ray.
Huh.
And Man Ray was a surrealist artist and photographer mainly who was famous for uh, I'll go to this side. Who was famous for like lots of things. He was a contemporary of Dali, but who am I looking up?
It's a little
Man Ray.
before Dolly, actually.
Man Ray. Well, he photographed Dali, I think. Yeah, but
Well,
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't know what year he died.
he's part of the
76.
surrealist moment,
Yeah,
but he's also
Dadaist.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
Dada, Duchamp.
Hold on, I'll share
I
this.
teach a poem by him, which is not really a poem, but it's a poem.
So you
Yeah.
maybe have seen this. You know this. You might know this. You might know this.
Look
Here,
up the
here.
image for Man Ray poem, it's called.
Okay.
It's something that I use in my classroom.
Whoops.
Not porn, poem.
Did I write? I was trying to write P-O-M. I'm the mic.
Poem.
Yeah,
P-O-E-M.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm typing on a different screen. Okay.
Yeah. It's
This
like it looks like a form, but it's all redacted.
interesting. Yeah,
And
I
so I'll
love
have
that.
kids annotate it, which is like
Oh, that's
a
fun. What a
surrealist experience. Isn't that funny?
good on you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I may be now inspired by this, like playing around could be a good time in my class soon with this.
Well, then I was I really like this. God, I hope they put this on. I hope they put this on wax because I want to
Yeah.
buy. I want this just for the artwork. And then I scrolled down and I said, Page's new ambient album, Something Will Land, is out now via Keyed Records. Oh, I want one of those Keyed Records T-shirts. That's Page's like private label.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no
It's
idea.
available. It's available digitally where you get music. Okay, 8 new songs written by Page. Very tight album. Look at this.
Very tight.
Cover image: 2 figures, one leaping orange, one reacting with blue and green. 2005, courtesy estate of John Baldessari. I fucking love John Baldessari, and I should have recognized.
I don't know
that
who that is.
Oh, you got to know John Baldessari. He is the coolest. Hold on, let me
I
pull
love
him up.
learning new things. This is
Oh,
fun.
you're gonna, you know him. You just don't know that you know him. He's so good.
I hope so. I do hope so.
No,
The
you
name
really do.
has a familiarity about it, but
Yeah,
just
he's
be
this
me.
guy who's like he burned his. Oh, this is a great image. He burned all his art from he's been asked several times that he burned all the art that he made from like 1954 to like 1965, like his first 10 years of being an artist. And he says, well, technically I didn't burn it, I cremated it, and and the remains are in the this urn here that are in the shape of a book on my bookshelf for your
what?
Yeah, he's just very sardonic and very
kind of love
funny.
that. Wow.
Yeah, oh my God. So he talks about these price tags. You might know him from the price tag images. So he said that one day he was doing some like mixed media, and he does performance art, and he does this like, I will not make boring art. I will not make there's he's explored every medium.
American
and he
artist.
is the artist. Yeah. Oh, you got to dig into John Baldessari.
Wow.
You know, you've seen his stuff in museums, but he talks about finding these price tags. He was just like doing something graphically with the price tags, and he just stuck it on somebody's face in like a photograph. And he said like, it felt so good and like democratizing. And what was the word that he used? Just like neutralized everything. And so he just started sticking them on all these, and it's so funny. It's so funny. And if there was ever like a visual artist, you know, that somehow embodied the like hilarity of Phish, it's John Baldessari. So and he died like about 5 or 6 years ago.
He died 2010.
He was yes, he was
or sorry, 2020. I just saw it pass by.
He was Corey and Christy. What's Corey's last name?
Oh yes, I know, Boulder.
Yeah.
Old school.
Why am I not remembering his name? But Corey was a acquaintance of his, and Corey's other friend. Sorry to just like random tangent here. Did you know Drew? Did you know Drew? You didn't know Drew.
I don't think so.
Drew. Okay. Anyway, Jane Goodall used to come around their place.
Oh,
all the time, frequently.
what?
Yeah, very weird.
Here
like,
in Boulder, you mean?
Yeah, in Boulder Canyon. Like there was a house up in the Boulder Canyon that Corey lived for a little while, and I used to hang around a lot. And Drew, it was kind of like a different little squad, but
All
it
right.
was Unity Game Squad. And John Baldessari was not really connected, but Corey was friendly with John Baldessari, and Drew was
Neat.
very friendly with Jane Goodall, who we sadly lost this week.
Small world.
Yeah.
Always a small world here in Boulder, Colorado.
Check out John Baldessari, everybody who's curious. Amazing, cool artist.
Couple things I want to tick off our list, and then we should dive in.
Yeah.
I am going to see Trey next month.
Oh, I told you to save it for today.
I know,
so
I'm
exciting.
saving it. I think it's time.
You're going to see Trey next week? Is that what you said?
Next month.
Next month. Okay.
Trey Band is coming to Colorado for 2 nights, November 13th and 14th. But the weekend before is my 30th high school reunion outside of Manhattan in New York, where I grew up.
Right.
And on the 7th and 8th, Ciro Batista, who's the percussionist for Trey Anastasio Band, is having a 2-night celebration, Jazz at Lincoln Center, the Rose Theater. And the first night, the special guest is Trey Anastasio. And the second night, the guest is Cassandra Wilson. And so me and all my Phish Head high school friends and some other gals got tickets to the Rose Theater, Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Lucky are you?
And I'm so excited.
I thought you said Colorado. I thought you said you were going to see them in Colorado.
I am, but the weekend before, I'm going to see them at Lincoln Center in Manhattan. I'm so excited. So my dad lives at 70th Street and First Ave, and Lincoln Center is like Columbus Circle, which is like the bottom, kind of like the bottom-ish of Central Park, and
that's like right
60th Street. So it's like a stroll from Dad's house. And so I'm so excited. And then the evening is called like a banquet for the spirits. And coming off of Witch Camp, I am so excited that this sort of poetically lines up with my frame of mind and sort of state of heart. I think a banquet for the spirit sounds amazing right before I go grapple with the fact that it's been 30 years since I graduated high school.
That's going to be sensory overload.
I
don't think I'd be able to handle it.
Dude, there's like 2 tap dancers. There's an accordion player. There's an oud player. There's like crazy band. And we're going to Trey, 1,200 seat theater. I don't think I've been to the Rose Theater at Lincoln Center, though. I grew up going there to see the ballet, New York City Ballet, as well as the orchestra and such. So it's going to feel really good in my like sort of like my patterning of things and places I've been going and doing things at since I was a very little girl, and I'm excited.
Wow, a massive, awesome, cool convergence. It sounds like. Take a picture. Would you just take a picture?
I will. I sure will.
Send it to me. I want to see the theater.
I'm so excited. It's like, and like a gang of gals, we're going to have a nice time.
How many of you are going?
4.
Wow, that's going to be a blast.
With maybe some secret spirits in our banquet as well. I don't want to say too much.
Let's say hello to some of these comments.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're talking about Page is the best dressed member of the band. Really,
so many good shirts these days.
Most consistently dressed.
No, he's just he's standardized. Outside of Fishman, he's standard. He's got a button down and nice shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
I can't remain inside myself.
Oh, what's that from? I can't.
Gaiuti. Gaiute.
Okay.
Gaiuti glances in my eyes.
Another lyric that I remember that I just thought about when It says, "Oh, keep going. Where's the lyric come from? Can't remain inside myself."
Coyote, Coyote.
I don't remember it. I don't remember where the line goes.
Okay, so da 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 da
Da-da.
da, and then it goes,
Oh yeah, right.
and then it
I
chills
can't
out.
remain inside myself. Got it. Got it. Got
Yes,
it. I'm there. I'm
it's
there.
before the me as I sleep, the sleep of death.
Oh
He
God, you know the
sucks from me my
my
only
own
breath
breath. I love that.
that
Dun,
I have
dun, 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 dun,
breathed.
dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
yeah,
It goes
yeah.
back to that little.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Something Will Land title of Page album. It's definitely the first track, I do
It's
believe.
the name of the title. That's where the he was. Well, we'll get into it because but the picture of
Mm.
the guy jumping, something will land.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
You're pushed to the edge, so you're pushed to the edge. So
Oh,
put
God.
your wingsuit on. I don't know wingsuit lyrics so well.
Oh, I would love to hear that song one of these days.
Howdy to the lurkers. That's nice.
Hands
There's a few lurkers.
yellow.
Yeah, thank you for being
Marker.
here, Matt. And Matt's leaving a lot of comments for us, and other lurkers.
It's a good game. We play along with our audience to
Drew
the
Emmett
best
of
of our ability, do we not?
We do. Matt was talking about the Sync had some anniversary today. The Sync in Boulder, it had a 30-year
Oh,
anniversary. And he said, "You probably have
that's
some memories
cute.
there." And I said, "I do. I did. Do you have memories of the Sync? I have a few."
It was not a place where I hung out and drank. I was more of like a Kay's China,
Oh my God.
Fox
Okay.
Theater back in the
Was
day.
Kay's China? Was that right there on the corner, right in front of us?
Kay's China was right next to Dots, but upstairs. And I went there on my
What?
yeah,
What was
Kay's
that little
China.
what was that little Vietnamese place right there on the corner?
That is like not Kay's China. Ling's was Vietnamese.
Kay's China. Why don't I'm not remembering Kay's China?
I don't know. They had like that rooftop
But I
patio up
know.
there,
Okay.
right
All right.
next to Dots and up.
Leftover sandwich out here. Drew Emmett of Leftover Salmon is my only Boulder Drew. To me, 2 nights at Mission Ballroom. Okay, me too. 2 nights at the Mission Ballroom.
He's
What was
talking
that?
about Trey bands.
Okay, very cool. 2 nights at Mission Ballroom. Very cool. 14th and
14th and
15th.
15th. Yeah, because that's a Friday, Saturday, and then I'm gonna see the Lincoln Center show on 30th or on the 7th. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Oh,
Bouncing.
after Newborn Elf. Da, 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 dun. Yeah. And I lived at the Fox. Well, the lyric that I thought of with speaking of just Phish lyrics, then we'll get into this thing. I love this little moment from Bittersweet Motel where Trey is defending his lyricist, his main lyricist Tom Marshall, and he's saying, Trey says something to the effect of like, I think it's total bullshit. I hear people to say that they don't, they don't think he writes about things. He's not consequential as a lyricist, and I totally disagree. Like just today, he wrote a song and he writes, "I'm just trying to draw from memory what song it is, but I can't describe the feeling when," which is what I felt like when I got on this very stream. When
I'm in my
in my
bed
bed
asleep
asleep
and
and
then
dun, dun, dun. I
yeah.
wake up with a vision blurred, and all my efforts are deterred to reconstruct this image lost.
Wow. Can you keep going?
No, I
I
can't
can't either. I can't
reconstruct the
either.
image lost.
That's like the
All
second to
my
last
efforts are returned. Yeah.
it's the second to last song on Free, I
Sleep.
think.
It's sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminding me to go to sleep or something like that. But it's this notion that like your dream is right there, and I just had it and it's gone, and it's just and it just
Yeah.
evaporates. Then he says that's the kind of thing that Tom Marshall can write about, which I
Yeah.
really love. That's what I was thinking when I woke up with you today. I was like, wow, what was I doing 2 minutes ago? I can't even remember. I
You were
truly
all cozy.
I was.
It's funny on the subject of sleep, there's this really cool long track that was sort of stitched together. It's called Dreaming with the Fishes or Sleeping with the Fishes with the
That's like a
Fish.
mafia thing. You're gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
I always say it wrong. I know I am inclined to
I
like
don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
it's on YouTube. If you look up Dreaming with the Fish, PH, or Sleeping with, I can't remember. it's just like 3 hour stitched together compilation of like very textural ambient moments of Phish shows, maybe from like the 90s and 2000s. It's so good. I've
Cool.
been
That
like
sounds
playing
great.
that track to go to bed for God, I don't know, 15 years, a long time. And I just think it's so cool right now that some of the stuff that's really fascinated me in its like pieces at Fish is now kind of starting to percolate and be put out there. This kind of ambient, sort of Brian Eno music for airports kind of vibe between Trey and Fishman and or sorry, between Trey and Page.
Yeah,
It's
it's
cool.
evolving. Yeah, it's in this constant state of being new. It's very exciting.
Should we read the article, Bry?
Definitely,
Is
definitely.
there, do we have any more comments to get through before we
I
boogie?
think no, we're okay. Matt
All
says
right.
he lived in the Fox Theater all in the 90s. And I'm convinced we were all at the same show at one
Oh,
point.
I am quite sure we were. I
And
mean,
yeah,
although Matt's a
more
tiny
gaiety.
bit, he's a little older than me. I couldn't get into the Fox my first couple of years because I was too young.
I think I remember having that problem as
I
well.
had a fake ID. It said I was like 6'4", which of course I never was, but they didn't card me too hard.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is fun. We're gonna read this article from this just coincide, and this is really fun because I actually read it, and
Oh, good.
yeah, it's
I
got
have
the
not. I'm gonna just go slow.
well, I perused it. What's the word I'm looking? I read
Yeah,
it really
peruse
quickly.
works.
Okay, so and I'll just pull up the picture here because it's cute. He's
Ah, that luck.
where is he? Hold on, share screen.
Oh, Paige. I know I told this story before, but I can't not think of it. When Fish was staying in Boulder, maybe 97, and they did a quick play KBCO. And we went there and we like stalked Fish in the parking lot of KBCO, the local Boulder radio station over by Mike's camera. And the bus rolls in and the band hops out. And I know me, you, and Joe were there. I think we had both the buses. I had Cass in my arms. And I gave this look to Paige, and he gave me the best look back and like a little wave and sort of like cute and sheepish went inside and
You'll
did
never
his.
forget that.
I will
Yeah.
never. That look is just burned in my heart for abs.
Well, this is our
Wide
Page
eyed.
McConnell. He was kind of, I almost want to say he was the pretty boy of the band a little bit. He was the sweetie pie of the
Agree.
band
Agree.
when he was young, and now he's grown and he's got this. He wears this
I
kind of
think he's still a
conservative.
sweetie pie.
He's very sweetie. He's very
Conservative
well. When I stylish,
looking.
no, I take it back. Not conservative, but he's got the button up. You know, he's a button up guy,
He loves a
and
Met hat.
he does. And his sneakers. I don't mean to say he's conservative, but yeah, we just love him. There he is, and he's with his
Big
cool
baseball
glasses,
fan.
looking a
Yeah.
little, looking what's that? Pouty a little bit. Looks good. And for Vogue, I noticed the photographer here is Sanjay Suchak. So maybe that's one of the staff photographer for. So maybe this is his GQ look. I
I
just
don't know. His eyes look very big. It looks like his prescription has gotten stronger. You know what I mean? But yeah,
the
Paige.
glasses fight
It's
gets
looking great.
real when you get older. It's like I need him. No, I don't need him here. I need him here. I can't. It's hard. It's got to be hard.
I
He
know. I
wears
have
them
to
on
lift
stage.
my glasses up when I'm trying to read comments sometimes.
So did I drop it? I dropped it in the chat here, but I'm sure you read it. But if you want to read along, it is here. And I actually made my own little cheat sheet of this. I think I'm gonna read from my cheat sheet, or maybe I'll just read from here. It's right
I
here.
don't know. I'm reading from the doc. Do
Okay,
you want to
from the
start
doc.
us? Yeah, from the you made a Google Doc, so it
Yeah,
was
where
easier
is
to
my
read.
Google Doc? Okay,
It's on our Facebook or yeah, our Facebook
let me
thread.
see
Do you
real
want
quick.
me to start or you want to start, Bry?
I want you to start, please.
All right. Well, here we have Paige, and as you mentioned, Sanjay Suchak is our photographer, and our title is Phish's our title is Phish's Keyboardist Steps Out from the Page Side. For 4 decades, Phish's Page McConnell has hidden in plain sight at stage right behind a bunker of keyboards as he releases an ambient wonder of an album and reunites most of his old band, Vida Blue. This brilliant ensemble player is ready to try taking the lead by Grayson Haver Currin, October 3rd, 2025. You want to go?
Oh, no. I want you to keep going, please.
All right, okay. Excuse me. Page McConnell does not necessarily want to talk about his new record. He wants instead to talk about his next one. It is just afternoon on a blazing September Friday on the edge of Louisville, Kentucky. In 7 hours, McConnell's band of the last 40 years, Phish, one-time inheritors of the Grateful Dead's splintering fan base, now a non-puerile and self-renewing institution of American DIY rock, will headline the second night of Bourbon and Beyond, a 4-day bacchanalia on a seemingly endless fairground expanse, sandwiched between a theme park and an international airport. I hope we did that on purpose.
I didn't pick up on that. I just got it.
I should hope so. I think that's funny.
Okay.
Benson Boone and the Lumineers were here last night. Jack White and Sturgill Simpson tomorrow. Tonight, though, a band that has never had a major radio hit may sing about meat sticks and Golgi apparatuses for a crowd of maybe 30,000. Side note, yesterday, Webster Dictionary's word of the day was Golgi apparatus.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I'm on a Facebook group with teachers, and somebody posted that, and everybody got a chuckle.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did we have the reprise conversation last week? Did we have that one of those recently? There was a gal who was like championing this notion that we should all stop saying reprise and we should be saying reprise. And actually, in some cases, and I won't be able to do the dictionary explanation, but we do use reprise, and in other cases we use reprise. And here we say, we look into the microscope, we see Golgi apparatus. We don't say Golgi apparatus, but when we say the name of the song, we say Golgi apparatus.
Huh.
No?
I think you're right. It's is it a mondegreen? Is it like some weird slip? I don't know.
Do you have any recollection of did you read the dictionary's explanation? I don't even know what Golgi apparatus is.
It's a part of the cell. It transports things, I think, around the cell.
I vaguely remember this now. Yes.
All right. You want me to continue, or you want to go?
I do, because there's one word that I saw it in the beginning here, and I know I'm going to try to give it to you, but I'm going to end up giving it to myself. I'm just going to end up getting it myself.
No, I think I got it.
Did you guys? Was it the P word?
A non-puerile and
that
was
it.
Which is funny. Let's talk about this. I think I'm saying it wrong. A non-puerile, if you're a New Yorker, is a little dark chocolate circle with little white sugar candies on it. I don't know what it means in the context of
I can't find the word.
A self-renewing institution of American DIY rock. Okay. Yeah. Is that the one?
Bacchanalia. That's a good word too.
I got Bacchanalia. That's fine.
Did you know? Wasn't there a guy Bacchus? Was there a guy in our community named Bacchus?
Yeah. Yes, right? I saw him last year at my gig at the Boulder Theater.
Funny. Okay,
it's a great one.
All
right, I'll continue then.
No. I'll take it. I'll do one. Okay.
All right.
Outside, iron and wine is now oozing into the late summer heat. But McConnell, which I love, I just noticed his name has 2 C's, 2 N's, and 2 L's. I never noticed that before.
I thought the same thing when I was making our little Instagram post today. I looked at it and I was like, wait, is that right?
I wonder if you ever said, like, what's your name? Little Page McConnell. What's your name? It's Page McConnell. 2 M's, 2 C's, and 2 N's, 2 C's, 2 N's, 2 L's.
He's a triple double. It's kind of like a baseball thing, maybe a triple double.
So the interviewer and McConnell, are sitting on a couch in his little dressing room, nested inside a sprawling convention center that has been turned into a labyrinth of production offices, band lounges, and at one end in a tiny rehearsal space for Phish itself. The band rarely plays festivals other than the ones it occasionally throws for itself, so there's no sound check and plenty of time to relax. This is the first day of an 8-show sprint. We talk about Brian Eno and Iceland while Trey Anastasio picks his guitar on the other side of the thin door.
After a few minutes, though, McConnell reaches for his phone and links it to a little Bluetooth speaker. His slight and bemused voice cuts across a springy keyboard line and a deep strutting bass line. Quote, "In dreams I live, in dreams I die. My favorite dreams are when I fly."
That's cool. I wish I could get rid of these ads. I can't find my piece. McConnell presses pause, pushes up his glasses, and grins. I'm so excited about this project right now, he says. We have so many songs in Phish that if I was to try and write a song and bring it to the band and expect it to be played more than 3 times a year, that would be a huge expectation. I'm not complaining either, but it's so fun for me to do a project where there are no expectations. He presses play. A new dub beat rolls in. There he is again, staring up at the fluorescent lights and smiling. So this is an interesting little note here. I'd be so excited if I came and I brought three songs to the band. Like I brought a new song to the band. It would only get played 3 times in the next year. I'd never considered that before, that might be like a hard mountain to hike, you're going to write all this music, but you want to save it for yourself because you know that on there you're just for every song that you add to the repertoire.
Yeah, it's such a huge catalog.
Right?
How do you get, I mean, first of all, there's like a variety of feelings about hearing lots of new songs at a show, right? By the fan base. So something new might get a little response, but it's exciting that Page can have another venue for his compositions.
Well, every song had to be new once, and I freaking love a new song. And
you are one segment of an enormous fan base. Some segments would say, I never want to hear a new song again, or I would love to hear that Mike song if only Trey would practice it and not flub it every single time.
Oh God, I saw the 2000 birthday show recently where Trey does the Esther's Dead thing, which was
that was that show, Bri. That was the I should have grabbed your hand and never let you walk away. God, I still have guilt over that. All right. You ready to go?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just pull it up. I finally found the doc I was looking for.
I can see you in there.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Go.
Perhaps now more than ever, McConnell at 62, the oldest member of Phish, but the last to enlist in the quartet, looks like the member most likely to be your dad. Where drummer John Fishman still sports a muumuu on stage and bassist Mike Gordon wears increasingly outlandish sneakers and ever tighter pants. Interesting. McConnell is the comfortably professional presence, his rectangular glasses paralleling a thin brown beard and thinning hair that seems to be in a perpetual state of liftoff. That's funny. Even in the band's early days, Anastasio tells me McConnell was fatherly.
He is indeed a remarried dad of 3 daughters between the ages of 25 and 14. He thinks a lot about pop art and color field painting when he's off the road, and recently started taking painting classes.
Yes, go Page! Oh, I'm like stoked about that for him.
I know that whole sentence. Well, hold on. When he tells me he's the one who does his family's grocery shopping, and that people rarely ask him for photos in the store, I picture him in the bread aisle, almost anonymous as he pats the tops of loaves. That's funny.
I mean, listen, you gotta pat a loaf of bread and make sure it's got the right squished to like hard out,
That's
it's
so
maybe an
funny.
art.
That's so
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Well, I never thought about. I did. First of all, there's so much in here I didn't know. Like, first of all, he's got 3 daughters. I don't think I knew that.
I knew he had daughters, but and it makes sense that they are 14 to 25, but it blows my mind. I mean, Milo just turned 20. My daughter's turning 29 in 4 weeks from tomorrow. It's just wild. We're all growing up. We're all
And,
grown up.
he talks about color field painting and pop art.
That's
And like,
cool.
I didn't know this about him. And like, I wish somebody would take a picture of him in the grocery store. That would be funny with him in his Mets hat, just on the bread aisle, like touching the tops of another sandwich reference, by the way. Here,
I know, that's right.
should we say? Let's just get a couple comments real quick. I don't want to ignore the comments.
Yeah. Read them out loud because I don't think I can see them at this point.
Okay. Well, here we'll stop sharing for just a second. We're okay for time. This is going swimmingly. Sweetie Pie Page, Bad Boy Trey. Yes, it's true. And they're besties, and this article sort of highlights this. I just like the prize Page Side Rage Side. What's no shade at all towards Page. What's wrong with Page Side Rage Side? That's awesome. I love Page Side Rage Side. What did Phil have? Phil had the Phil Zone. What else? That's really the only. Who else has a zone on their own? Who else has their own concert? People. It's a pretty big honor, I would think, right? The
first couple of years in Mexico, Page side, Wave side. That was fun. But then it switched. They switched the orientation of the stage when they went to the Moon Palace, and now it's different.
Okay, it's Twee Priest or Twee Pry. I don't know which one are you saying here. It's Twee Price, and Erica, the gal who was doing this, did it for the controversy clicks. Okay.
Whatever. We don't have time for controversy
basketball
clicks
triple
here.
doubles, and we're about to
okay. All right. Triple doubles.
Okay, let's see. Phish. Whoops, I lost it.
Phish
needs to play the Army One.
I like that one.
Yeah. Did you ever see Acoustic Army?
Yeah.
Certainly you saw it lots of times, I think, because it was in heavy rotation there for a little while, and we definitely saw it at a Red Rock show.
Yeah.
But that one puts Page on bass. You remember that? It's like Phish is on guitar and Mike's on. I forget. Mike's on banjo.
I feel like the last time they played it, everyone was on piano and keyboards. Everybody was tucked into, or keyboard army, different than maybe acoustic army. But yeah, I think UMass 95 rings a bell.
Continued writing is why Phish is still number one. Continued writing. Oh, the
like
songwriting.
New songs. Yeah. I would not disagree. And the stuff that's coming out is really awesome. And I think to Paige's point that like, how do you get a song in when like Trey is just shitting music all the time?
I know.
I don't know.
Oh God, I listened to Forward People the other day, and I just was reminded how awesome that song is. That's the best. I think that's.
Oh, I don't even know that song.
Yes, you do. It's so good. Forward People, man. We got to talk about Forward People.
It's like Rise Come Together. Is this like Trey the activist?
No. It was the one where we had the cat. The cat was the thumbnail for the video. The cat in the like statesman jacket. It was that artist who you buy. You go to this and you send these people a photo of your cat or dog, and then they do them up in these sort of.
Was it Joey? Costumes. Was it like?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do recall that. Yep.
And it was just the one song. Okay.
Yeah, and Trey's cat Joey featured as a like monarch or whatever.
Yeah, Forward People. So good. But hold on, what do we think about this? And Mike is wearing cactus. Cactus is a reference
tight
to Mike.
Tight pants these days.
His pants are increasingly tighter by the show.
I am not complaining about anyone in tight pants. Honestly, it's the only reason to watch football, in my opinion. Anyhow, should we continue on?
No, hold on. Okay. Happy birthday, and tomorrow, Andrea. You're amazing and a remarkable, charismatic lady. That's
thanks,
a nice
man.
compliment.
Appreciate that.
And happy birthday to Trey, who had his birthday. That was the birthday show. That Esther show. I think that was the birthday show. That was Trey's birthday show.
Yeah.
Did not enjoy repeated acoustic army and keyboard cavalries on tour. Oh, gotta at least appreciate it. You gotta at least,
It's a time and a place.
It's a time and a place. Okay.
I don't think it exists all the way now.
Yeah, sadly.
It's just like a dusty box in a corner or something.
Okay, it's your go. Take a couple.
Alrighty. Sounds good. As he pats the tops of loaves is where our last paragraph ended. And on stage, McConnell can sometimes seem out of sight, sequestered in his bunker of maybe a dozen keyboards. Fans call his quarter of the stage page side, rage side, a tongue-in-cheek reference to his abiding calm. Disagree. Page side, rage side is where everybody goes to get the fuck down. Anyway, when Page stands up, I get down, another fan saying posits. A playful reminder that whenever the mild-mannered keyboardist rises during some jam, something strange must be in the offing. All right, we do not think our author is a Phish head, do we? Because I think the assertion that it's tongue-in-cheek reference to his abiding calm is wrong. But
I don't think you get a job at GQ.
Okay, you're probably right. It used to be, quote, Page would step in and say, I'd like to do a couple less shows this tour. I'd get mad and say that I'd like to do a few more, says Anastasio, laughing as he walks around Manhattan on his 61st birthday. He has God, that's just like 4 days before this article is published. He has reminded me that McConnell is his best friend almost every time we've spoken during the past year. And this instance is no different. I'd say, let's go. And he'd say, let's stop. As I got older, I realized the combo of those perspectives is what makes Phish function.
Look at that.
That's cute. That's that tension and opposition we have spoken about it many times regarding music, and clearly in their friendship as well.
I think that's a little profound little thing right there. I never really looked at that relation. That relationship has, I feel like, the story goes that Trey didn't want Page in the band. The band formed in 83. Page came in 85. He invited Phish to come. I forget where he started, but he invited the band to come. He lived in Dallas, I think. He lived in Texas or somewhere. Page did. I forget where he was born.
I think he was going to school at Goddard.
No, but before that, he moved to Goddard. He moved to Goddard from somewhere else. And when he got there, he was in charge of programming at the local theater, local whatever gymnasium, and he invited Phish to come play. And he got on a demo tape or something like this, and he knew in his heart of hearts that he was meant to join this band, and I think he tried to elbow his way in, and he was met with opposition from Trey. He was like, "No, this is not a piano band. This is a 2-guitar band. You never heard this before?" And Page was sort of uncharacteristically, in this image that we might have of him right now, sort of pushed it. And it's interesting. And so as to say that he's saying here that he's the pull guy and Trey is the push guy or whatever. But in this case of him joining the band, he's the push guy. And also there's this notion about where Trey says when one of the members of our band isn't really putting themselves out there enough, we try to make space to pull them in. He's definitely referring to Page, referring to him as sort of the reserved George Harrison-esque quiet Phish.
He's he's definitely the most low key of the bunch, I would say.
Soft spoken, but then you remember from Coventry when he was crying on stage when they were doing Velvet Sea, and he was the one saying let's keep going, and Trey was the one saying no, let's stop. So I'm sure that it's slightly different nuances here in context, but it's interesting that just the push and the pull, and that Page, you don't really, I don't immediately think of him as steering the being such a captain of the ship, but I really think he is. I think he's the first mate in a way,
I know that he plans the tours. He's really involved in
interesting. I think you mentioned that before.
The sort of production side of time and calendar. That maybe makes sense. All right, you want to go these days?
I do. There's just comments coming in. I don't really want to ignore your comments, but forgive me if I skip one or two. But he transferred to UV, and then there's a comment here. Don't trust folks who like everything about anything. Well, that's me. That's me. I do like everything about anything. Honest criticism.
You're critical too, but
Okay, if you say
yeah.
so. Okay, honest criticism is a keystone of good music
You
review.
like it, but you like everything, and then you'll say but blah blah blah, and
Okay,
then you'll
fair
get
enough.
critical. So I think
Okay.
you got some balance in there.
All right, to continue on, we've got the thing sharing. Okay. These days, though, McConnell is steadily becoming the most productive solo member of Phish, at least as solo albums are concerned. On October 3rd, he will release Something Will Land, a remarkable little record of exquisite ambient themes rendered on piano and synthesizer in the studio he keeps across the street from his home in Burlington, Vermont. The pieces offer little bits of sanctuary between Phish runs, as he searched for tones that seemed to imply a curious sense of rhythm without drums. And in May of this year, he convened an astounding quartet at the Killer's Battle Born studio in Las Vegas. It's not a city he loves, but it's where bassist Oteil Burbridge had a few days off during his extended stand with Dead & Co. at Sphere. The other half of the rhythm section was Santa Davis, so essential to the foundation of reggae and dub that he played on Bob Marley's Uprising.
Wow.
Wow. And was later shot during the same stick-up that killed his friend Peter Tosh. Oh my God. Adam Zimmern, whose name I don't remember, Ziggy Marley's guitarist, was there too. Okay, Ziggy Marley I'm sure was super part of your... Did you have that Ziggy Tomorrow People? Da, da? You never had that one? Okay. Anyway, huge player.
Reggae
Huge
is a glaring
blind
blind
spot.
spot in
Okay.
my world
Well, we should
outside of
change
like
that. We should change
Bob.
that. Outside of Makisupa Policeman.
No, outside of Bob Marley and like
Okay. Well,
maybe
this
some
is
other
Ziggy
stuff.
Marley. And
Well,
Peter
yeah,
Tosh, you
yeah.
need to know, was Peter Tosh taught Bob. Peter Tosh is legalize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And Peter Tosh also famously taught Bob Marley how to play guitar, and he was part of the Wailers. And it was only, I think he was kind of you go watch some old Peter Tosh videos. He's cool as shit.
I'll just
And
say that one time on Wanderlust tour, we had Ziggy Marley on tour with us for a while.
oh,
And
really?
yeah, and so like, it's not like I don't know anything, but what struck me was his like hemp seed bars, branded hemp seed bars. Ziggy Marley, you could like get a protein bar.
Okay, I'd try one. He's just went to Tulsa, and my friend Donnie Rich booked him at
Oh,
his
cool.
live, and I saw pictures of him backstage hanging out, and I was just like, wow, just like 1 degree away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Bob. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, take it away.
Nearly a quarter century ago, during a Phish hiatus, Zimmern, Burbridge, and McConnell were in a band called Vida Blue with drummer Russell Batiste Jr., a member of the Meters and New Orleans musical royalty by birthright and virtue. Batiste died of a heart attack in October 2023, only 57 years old. McConnell is not going to call the new band Vida Blue. It will be most likely just Page McConnell.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Typo.
But it's clear that an old thread has at least been lifted again. 2 weeks after that Kentucky set, when I asked McConnell if his rush to get so much done lately may stem from all that, why
Right.
is this weird? If his rush to get so much done lately may stem at all from that encounter with mortality, or perhaps from every member of Phish now being above 60, he pauses for a few seconds, then chuckles.
Keep going.
The finale of it all aside, quote, if you don't do something, that moment passes. If I hadn't made that album then, that music wouldn't exist, he tells me from his studio. A gigantic swordfish his parents caught on their honeymoon in 1957, arcing above his head. The key is finding the balance where you don't work your ass off until you kill yourself. I'm going to the studio for 3 hours today, but I can still pick up the kids from school. It all fits together.
Yay.
Oh, that's nice. I like hearing that Paige has a work-life balance. It's true. It's important.
It's so true. It's so true.
I mean,
yeah.
especially having like lived with, loved, and been in community with so many musicians, that balance is so important.
You know when Page comes at the end of a set, Page will do this thing where he like cracks his knuckles. He's stretching his fingers and he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
he'll do this thing. He'll be like, okay, all right, I did my job. All right, I'm gonna go take a break, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do this a little more playing. You know what you say? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I always feel like whenever I see Trey and Paige interacting with each other, I always see Trey like coming into the space and he's like, hey, Paige, and Paige is like, hi, Trey. You know, he's so tempered.
This is where our next paragraph is taking us, actually. It's funny.
Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When McConnell, is it that where we're going?
When I tell him.
Okay, hold on. When I tell him, it sounds like he's comparing his concept of work-life balance to that of his best friend, who may be down in Manhattan thinking about Phish at this very moment. He leans back and laughs hard. Yes, I didn't want to say it, but Trey tends to, well, we tend to balance each other out, he says, still smiling. My music grows if I'm able to feel like I have a rich life in other ways, if I'm able to work at a pace that feels human and enjoyable. I feel lucky to be able to do it all, to be able to do all of it, any of it. Yeah, you can, yeah, that's nice. I mean, Trey, that frenetic energy, you know, God forbid, that's like Paul McCartney's, you know, crime or his, you know, his fault. He can't stop. And we have it too, you know, and it was all those other guys who just tempered it. And, you know, I can't like emphasize enough, like one of the things that I love most about this band is the dynamic of the four. It's like, it's so interesting. It's like, you are somebody. There's a bit of you, there's a bit of them, a bit of each of them in everybody, you know, your weirdo side, your sweet fatherly side, your crazy frenetic side. And it's those things all working together and balancing each other out and intertwine. Like, that's the thing that I'm constantly in awe of. And the piano somehow actually, in the mix of the instruments, like, that's what's missing in other bands. And I feel like you know, people joke about Phish being like, it's like a religion. It almost like nothing else quite speaks to me the same way. I feel like, but anyway, I'm just rambling.
All right, you want me to continue?
Yeah, please. Sorry.
No, sorry. It's no sorry Saturday, Brian.
No sorry Sunday here. Okay.
No sorry Saturday, Sunday. Saturday. When McConnell was a New Jersey kid in the 70s, he wondered where the sounds on the new rock and roll records he loved came from. He was already a pianist, and he knew the note he played was the note he heard. But what was up with these Emerson, Lake and Palmer records that his older brother Steve loved? How was Keith Emerson able to slide into and out of notes so smoothly, to manipulate so many sounds and play around the notes? The answer, of course, was the synthesizer. He soon toyed with them at Sam Ash in Livingston, New Jersey, and later at Manny's, the legendary music emporium in Midtown Manhattan, where a wall of fame of autograph photos tickled his imagination. That was such a special place for a kid as a musician, he remembers. Nobody hadn't shopped there.
I just saw an article or a headline that was referencing a scientific article that said that musicologists or scientists just learned that timbre. What's timbre?
Timbre hoe?
No. Timbre. Timbre.
Oh,
what exactly is timbre? Is that
it's sort of like a pitch and sort of full richness of music.
So the article said that it was just discovered that
like the niche of the resonance.
The piano, like different piano players can evoke different timbres from the piano. And they say, you know, like no matter which guitar Jimmy Page
That's what I was just thinking. You knew it was them.
It's the same. You aren't just getting the 440 hertz when you play the way that you play. You're getting the timbre, the nuance of the pitch, with depending on how you play. I'm not sure because it's just this hammer mechanism, but I saw a scientific article that tried to postulate this. Okay. But oh wait, are we at the end?
Yeah, you got it.
No, okay. But McConnell didn't get a synthesizer then. He remained, he admits, an aspiring rock and roll pianist, inspired by British session great Nicky Hopkins, Brill building powerhouse turned pop star Carole King, and whatever else he heard on the radio. He loved The Who, enjoyed The Dead, but in the early 80s, during a 2-year stint at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, he considered the synth again. He took a class called, you'll love this, Imagination, Awareness, and Ideas.
I do.
And his teacher, Donald Pascella, loved Eno, especially the way synthesizers became the fodder for his concept of generative music. He bought music for airports, then My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. My Life in the Bush of Ghosts, I don't know this. Airports,
yeah.
Okay, Eno's collaborative album with David Byrne. This was a new way of thinking. As much as I like the sound, I love the concept. Again, this is what I'm referring to of what I was saying just a moment ago. I love the sound of the band, but I love the concept. He admits it was like a door that had opened that I didn't really know was there.
Oh, look at this! Hold on, by our favorite photographer Renee Humer.
Oh, I messaged Renee the other day. I wonder if he wrote back.
About what? Is he coming?
I just said, "Yo, what's up? I saw some recent photos I really like of yours. Just a shout out. No reply necessary, but just want to say, hey,
nice.
Yeah.
All right. You want me to continue?
Yeah, please do. There's comments, Matt. We'll get to them later, or anybody else. If you're in the chat, if you're lurking in the chat, let us know where you are, who you are. We love getting comments from Matt.
We do. We really enjoy knowing who's hanging out.
Yeah.
All right. Page soon stepped famously through another door. After leaving Dallas and enrolling at Vermont's freewheeling Goddard College, he hired a new local band, Phish, to come gig. The first time he actually met Anastasio, the guitarist played him a cassette of an impromptu collaboration they'd done with the local reggae band Lamb's Bread, founded in Vermont by the members of Black punk pioneers Death after they left Detroit. He liked Anastasio's complicated compositions and was surprised by their commensurate flexibility, too. He joined in 1985. You had John Fishman at one end of the stage, whose hair was down to his ass at the time, and who was eating entire sheets of acid every night. And then there was Page, who was guarded and conservative by nature, remembers Anastasio, laughing. He used to tell me that he was raised in such a way that there were two white lines you live your life between, and this is the path. I had been raised exactly the opposite. You see those two lines? Go 100 yards to the left of them.
This is what Trey says about.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to,
go for it. Go take it.
All right, okay. As Phish became one of the wildest bands of the 90s, those paths, of course, converged. In their own weird way, they became rock stars. They also doggedly pushed the limits of their sound, a quest that depended in part on McConnell's acquisition of a synthesizer. He got his first, a Juno 106, around the time he joined Phish. His steady acquisition of others allowed for more and more sounds, helping Phish become one of its generation's most unpredictable bands. To wit, their once obscure 1999 instrumental opus, the Sicket Disc, hinged on his ability to slide between the band's seams, to use synths to tunnel between the rhythm sections and Anastasio's guitar to create little webs of madness in that space.
Well, this is enlightening a little bit. What is an opus officially? I always refer to opus as like
a full collection of work.
Well, okay. Is it a neutral word, or does it imply that it's particularly excellent?
I think it implies that it's particularly excellent.
Right. I've never heard the Sicket Disc referred to as an opus. And it's just getting a re-release. If you didn't know, I think it's the second maybe time it has, but
like Wax or like
yeah. And Pitchfork just reviewed it.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's an unlikely candidate for a Pitchfork review on one hand, but on the other hand, it's kind of the perfect album for them to review. Yeah, and it's kind of actually, if you think about it, it alludes to sort of this record and the other Page record. I didn't really think about that until now, but the Sickett disc, named for the engineer who recorded it, John Sickett, was actually compiled, I think, by Page. We read that somewhere, right?
Yes, we did.
And so it's interesting that they're touching on it here. Okay. I like that. I love that record when it came out, the Sickett disc. It was just fragments of jams and songs and studio bits. I wouldn't even really call it outtakes, although I guess that's what it was, but it felt something different. And like, What's the Use came out of that. And I fucking love What's the Use. I love What's the Use. Let's stop for 1 second and just say, let's look at these comments.
Let's do it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Pardon me.
You wouldn't believe the grief I take in my Phish Discord rooms for hating. Oh, Matt, that's not good. You gotta love Silent in the Morning. Although it does get a little tiny bit repetitive, I'll admit. Silent in the Morning, but I love Silent in the Morning. Come on, man. What's that off of, man?
You can't hate it.
Yeah, come on. You're just
like, let's be real. Let's use accurate language, Ninja Cat. You don't hate it. You probably heard it so many times, and they never play it as well as the album. And so it's just like disappointing, maybe.
It's Hoist. What is Silent on?
I think it's
on. No, it's on Rift. It's on Rift.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the backup?
It's the last track on Rift.
Have y'all seen the backstage vid of Trey singing
to
Page about his new shirt? Oh, Page has got a new shirt.
Yeah.
We love his new shirt. He's putting that filthy thing in his ear, but we love his new shirt. But not as much as the girls in the front, the chicks in the front row. I think that's what. Do you remember this? No, sorry, Ann.
Yeah, no, okay. It's fine. It's from Bittersweet Motel. Everybody knows that.
Listening to a conversation between four masters is Phish at their best. Yeah, I agree. Specific tone, timbre. Yeah, roughly. Specific tone. There you go. Specific tone. So how do you get that? I'm kind of curious about that. That would have been a good question for Jamie. Specific tone. He probably is attuned to something like it. Carole King is highly underrated songwriter.
I would never say she's underrated. She's top in my house.
She got a Kennedy Award.
She is a goat. She's a fucking goat.
She's definitely a goat. Yeah.
She wrote Natural Woman.
Yeah, right.
And Aretha popularized it.
Yeah, it's pretty big accolades. I don't need you to respond to my many comments, though. I love it when it's appropriate. No, cheers, man. Sickett.
Thanks, Matt. That's
a strange one. Opus implies a life signature effort in whatever art or project you're involved with. Right, a signature effort. Okay, What's the Use is the best. Okay, so
okay, I'm glad I'm not going to pull some things.
Okay.
Never liked it, lol. Wait, hold on. Does he?
He's talking about Silent in the Morning. I shouldn't pull up this comment, but I'll leave this one
horrible.
up. What's the use? I'm gonna skip comment. I'm not gonna pull these comments up. Silent is a horrible song. Shame on you, Matt.
Shame on you. People, like I said before, the Phish audience is so wide. There's so much room to have any opinion, and we should really love each other up for that difference, the way that Page and Trey do. They love each other even though they're very different people. It's okay that Matt hates Silent in the Morning, I guess. We still like Matt.
I skipped. I remember in high school, like I'd skip Foam. I'd skip Ice. No.
What?
I did this.
Those are two like fucking killer compositions.
V2 killer compositions.
I know.
V2, right?
Sometimes it takes time to like find and sit in a thing and love it. I mean, I'm wearing
my true favorite, but I had
my shirt today, Brian. I'm wearing
hold on. Let me make you big. Just a second.
Okay. It's from Dweezil Zappator.
Cool.
Not everybody loves Zappa.
Let's see your shirt.
And it's
Hot Rats. Cool.
Yeah,
look at that. That's
I know,
awesome.
so cool. But like it takes time and patience to like sit with certain types of songs and music and find the entrance point that maybe fascinates you.
I'm trying to figure. There you go. Okay. Hold on. I got to show mine off real quick here. I'm going to be a little bit blurry, but. Chun, 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 chun. I've worn it on. I need to get a new Phish shirt. I only have the one.
Yeah, what? I'll send you a Phish shirt next time I go.
It's like I'd accept it if it weren't like like $60 to send a $40 t-shirt.
Maybe I'll just order you something off of Dry Goods.
Even then, it's
I
like
missed your
there's no
birthday.
discount.
I missed your birthday. Maybe I'll get you a
Well,
tour shirt.
no, but thank you.
$20
That's
tour
nice.
shirt. Okay, I'll
Oh
find you something
God,
good.
Ann, I was walking through the kind of a hip neighborhood yesterday. I
Yeah.
saw a Grateful Dead shirt. They're everywhere. Okay, all these Grateful Dead tie-dye shirts that we had when we were in high school, they're all like $500, and they're like tattered, like they're like the t-shirts that have like all the little spider webs
Oh,
with
yeah,
holes.
yeah.
They're fucking $500, Ann. They're
Maybe I
500.
should take my vintage hippie Levi's and send them to you, and you can send me
We
back
can
a
make
bunch
some
of
money.
money.
I'm not even joking. You should go
Seriously,
call
I
all.
have a whole collection. I have like a vintage Levi's museum in my garage.
It's crazy.
I know.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. I gotta get back to this. I gotta pull this back up. Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, so he's saying that
Okay. I
he
noticed
got
that
a synthesizer.
he got his first synth. Okay. And they're the Sickett disc. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, read a couple paragraphs.
Okay, let's see. I noticed that he didn't have any MIDI plugs on any of his synthesizers. Who is he talking about? That let's see.
This is John Sickett is going to tell us this.
John Sickett is telling us. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed that he didn't this is cool. I read this part. Okay, I noticed that he didn't have any MIDI plugs on any of his synthesizers, that all his synthesizers had to be programmed by hand. I understood who this was because I was the same way with my recording gear. Older, unmodified analog things, remembers John Sickett, the recording engineer who started working with Phish on the mid-90s recommendation of Dave
Look at
Matthews.
the spelling of analog here. Is he British? All right, sorry, keep going.
Okay. Well, how do we spell it? L-O-G N-O L-O-G.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. But maybe they're interesting. Okay. I wouldn't have picked up
It's
on
both.
that.
It's both.
I think I write it that way from time to time. Anyway, I do. I kind of have picked up like international English along the way.
Chiefly British spelling of analog, but
I
it's
forget
G
some.
too.
I would never spell color with a U, but sometimes I'll spell a word like analog. I'll be like, is it this way?
I'll spell gray with an EY as opposed to an AY, but I won't spell color or glam. Well, color anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
So on the recommendation of Dave Matthews, you can get a keyboard now that can hold 300 different sets of sounds. And it's okay, but he wanted the original thing, to learn it intimately and make it his own. McConnell admits that decades ago, he mostly stopped listening to music. New music. Okay. These days, he listens mostly to Bob Marley. Interesting. And he learns about modern pop from his daughters. They like a couple of Phish songs, he says, chuckling, but it's not their cup of tea. I struggle with this. I feel your pain, Paige. He sometimes hears new instrumental and ambient music sounds as his wife, Heather Pearson, sets up her yoga classes. I'll say, maybe you want to use some of my stuff for some of your classes, he says, laughing. She doesn't always want to do that.
Honestly, I feel like this album is ripe for my own personal yoga practice. I have like the little studio where I'm broadcasting from, and there's more space to it than what you guys see. But I do my yoga practice in here, and it's so meditative. Like Heather Pearson, why are you not using your husband's tracks for yoga?
Hot take from Andrea here, Heather.
I don't know.
I listened to a funny new school guided meditation thing, and it was like the tattooed girl who has like the punk chick with the like funky glasses, and she's like,
I don't know.
She's like, okay, everybody, let's relax and sit down, and let's just not give a fuck about any of the fucking bullshit in our lives.
Yeah.
And let's take this ego and fuck the ego back into the, and it's really funny. Yeah. Okay. Is it it's my turn? It's my turn. Okay.
Something will land. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's you.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Something Will Land is McConnell's most cohesive and absorbing solo album yet. An endearing ambient collection where each piece curls like a question mark. It works so well because it has the feeling of someone excited by digging in rather than digging out, by exploring a finite set of ideas and instruments he's held close for a long time, rather than looking for something new. In his home studio, which overlooks a green lawn lined by tall hedges and the eastern edge of distant Lake Champlain, he set up microphones and mixers so that he could record everything himself. He shifted between a shiny black upright piano and 3 synthesizers, wheeling an office chair across hardwood floors and an oriental rug. It was the first time he had paired these 2 obsessions, the piano and the synth, on one of his instrumental albums. He worked to keep it simple. My appreciation for space has grown and grown, he says. It's hard for me to listen to my own stuff, Phish or any of it, because I want to edit it all. I hear it and I think, I wish I could have just played a few less notes there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. Space and restraint and the piano and the synth together, like they're incongruent instruments, you'd think, until you hear this album. He puts them together in a way I've never heard them put together before, really. I mean, he does it on stage in jams, but not like this. And
sorry.
Go for it.
I was just going to say there's one track that the synthesizer is like sort of amplifying in its like sharpness of tone and sort of, disintegrating up. And then there's like these descending piano lines that are really repetitious, and this like up and down tension of the piano and the synth is really, really cool. It's got this wonderful kind of play as it crosses.
Yeah, I'm so into this thing. I think it's I was talking to my dog log homie Michael Warren, and we both kind of are in agreement that it's better than anything he's put out maybe so far. It's different from something.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah. Real quick from Ninja Cat Matt. Everybody who matters loves Zappa. Okay. Moon Zappa is my dream celebrity date.
I do not disagree, my friend.
What did I pull that up? I didn't pull it up. Okay, yeah. And he says here about the color gray. Yeah, going on a date with Moon Zappa would be a riot, right? She seems like a really good time. I thought gray was a proper noun, like a last name, gray color. I'm happy to learn they're interchangeable. There you go. Okay, you learned something here on
educational.
Ridiculous. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay.
Yeah, do
when
it.
He sent, then were we still sharing? Okay.
Yeah.
When he sent his early drafts to Sickett to mix, the engineer remembered another recording session on Maui, where a tropical forest seemed to swallow a lava field on every side. Wow. You know how a landscape can be stark but very beautiful? Sickett asks. That's like this. One of many Phish jokes concerns, of course, the length of their songs, how everything lasts longer than a sitcom. Sitcom, interesting comparison. Okay, that has never been exactly true, but something will land is an exercise in conclusion. Concision, thank you. Mostly 2 or 4 minute pieces where McConnell reveals an idea, twirls it around a bit, and lets it slip away. I did notice that like some of the songs sort of end concision, an exercise in concision. This means like cutting it short, right?
It means keeping it tight.
Right.
Concise.
So concise, thank you. And I noticed that some of them sort of end abruptly, like almost as if like I noticed it a couple of times. I'm like, why did he end it there? It's like something.
There's one piece that ends, you're like waiting for the resolution back to like the 1 or the do, and it just hangs there like on the 7 rather than come back around to the 1. It's really interesting.
I can imagine running one of these synths. I've had a synth before, but like you can't.
I can see you enjoying that, Bri.
Well, they're unwieldy, and you kind of can't. They're like you can't really get them so under control unless you're like an absolute master of them, right? And I can see one of them doing something where you're like, I mean, you've seen this happen on stage where people are like, they get out of control and they can't like turn them off, and they like, they don't know where the sound is coming.
That sounds like my band practice every time we get together and we have to hook up Kimmy's keyboard. It's just like,
I heard
there's so many buttons, and that's like a new keyboard. I can't imagine being a keyboard player. It's like too many options.
Right, but to be able to have the like foresight to be like, no, it's okay, it's all right that it's just decaying off into
Yeah.
nowhere, I'm gonna go ahead and just end it here. It's fine. That takes I don't think I would have that restraint. I would be like, it's fucked. I got to start it over or something like this. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that. Something it was about that swing and a miss. I'm not going to call them misses, but this concision word is, I think it actually rings true. Borrowed scenery, one of the names of one of the tunes, feels like a long sigh, not for when the worst is over, but for when you're still not sure which way something awful will end.
Oh, I didn't get awful vibes, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't either. But the names are interesting. The names of the tunes are kind of interesting. It would be interesting to go listen to it again with just the names of the songs on your mind's eye the whole time you're listening to the song. Despite its title, Weightless conjures a heavy elegy. Its slowly decaying piano chords like a dream fading in the distance. The trees were blue is an electric Miles fantasy, as if Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea locked everyone else out of the studio for a day of indulgence.
Oh my God, can I just say, I saw Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea play together.
Wow.
At Betcher Hall, I think it's called. It's like part of the Denver Performing Arts Center. It was so cool. They faced each other, like each a piano,
pianos.
Each grand piano. I think it was like a black and white, and it was so amazing.
One piano was black and one piano was white.
I feel like it was. Cool. I have a photograph. I was up in the nosebleeds with my friend Charlie, and it was so cool. And then Herbie went to Stevie Wonder's show, who was also playing that night in Denver, and played with him after the concert they gave. But so a lot of people got to see Herbie that night. Lucky. But Chick Corea, I just adore. And I want to listen to this track, The Trees Were Blue, and see if I agree, because it didn't stick out to me like a Herbie or Chick vibe. And it's only because I have studied both of their musics for a long time. I'll be very interested to go back and listen to that and think about it.
The album's centerpiece, though, is Mystery Meat. Its title left a reference to Meat Stick, a famous Phish song.
I gotta say, it reminded me of like Zappa. The mystery man walked over and he fidgeted around a bit.
and Uncle Meat,
and Uncle Meat, totally.
Some meaty references.
Or like being in high school, Mystery Meat. What's for lunch today in the high school cafeteria?
Right. Cafeteria lady.
Totally.
Mystery Meat. Right. It's less a reference to Meat Stick or Phish's hijinks at large than to the fact that McConnell briefly forgot what instrument he used to make it.
Oh, that's funny.
Funny. Yeah, I can imagine that being, he says a dozen, the bunker of keyboards. I like this notion, the bunker. That was appropriate. I was
Brian, you get a Japanese term to read in this.
Yeah, here we go. He originally wrote it in advance of the sessions for January, which I just ordered and is coming soon.
Oh, cool.
His second duo album with Anastasio. But he instantly knew he wanted to keep it for himself. There you go. It's a mix of long tones and tiny melodies conjures kankyo ongaku, like a piece of welcoming environmental music for some urban sanctuary. It's the oldest track here, and McConnell toyed with it as an album title, an act of deference for its inspiration. Mystery Meat? No, McConnell, please do not name your album Mystery Meat.
Talk to us about
Kankyo Ongaku. Well, that's funny. I don't really know. I've never heard this term before, Kankyo Ongaku, but Kankyo means environment, and Kankyo Kankyo means environment, and Ongaku means music. So it just means environmental music. But I'm just not attuned to the genres of Japanese music well enough to know that like Kankyo Ongaku is what environmental music would be titled if I was going through. But I actually don't frequent
those. What's environmental music?
It's ambient. It's it's
like
atriums.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a piece composed. Oh, good Lord, for some kind of specific space.
I wouldn't. That's not the delimiter exactly, but yes, it's airport. Yeah, that's an interest. Yeah, maybe it is actually. Maybe it is. That's exactly what it is. I wouldn't think that would be it. Space, in the broadest sense of the word space, I'd say, not necessarily a physical space, but an emotional space. Even though that would, I'll read this last sentence just so you can take the next one. But when he texted his manager to say he worried the name was too silly, he added that eventually something would land. Actually, he thought, I kind of like that. There you go.
Oh, I see.
Mystery Meat. God, if this album was named Mystery Meat, I don't know. Actually,
We might have different. That's why his wife didn't want to play it in yoga class.
He was like, I'm not playing your Mystery Meat album, are you?
I want to keep your Mystery Meat to myself, Paige.
Oh, God.
Oh,
but yeah,
God.
actually something will land. And then that probably inspired
that
the artwork.
concept.
The artwork that eventually came.
Huh, I wonder.
Okay.
All right. In Phish's 4-year toggle among hiatuses, reunions, and breakups between 2000 and 2004, when McConnell was leading Vida Blue, he learned to love something new about his main band. He didn't have to lead it. Quote, soon after forming Vida Blue, I realized that though I could front a band and put it together and do all that, it's not necessarily the role I'm naturally drawn towards, being a band leader, he says. Right before Phish broke up in 2004, I had even decided I just wanted to focus on Phish and not do anything else. As if to prove his point, McConnell reaches again for his cell phone and pulls up a Byzantine spreadsheet. Every show of Phish's summer tour was diligently considered well in advance. Each possible song they might play every night color-coded to reveal at a glance whether or not the show had the requisite balance. Workhorses like Tweezer, Wolfman's Brother, so-called bust-outs of much rarer material. Before a tour even starts, Anastasio and Phish's management discuss what has and hasn't been played, what fans online might want to hear, or what's grown stale. These night-by-night spreadsheets are only a starting point, and Anastasio wakes up before each show and again considers the evening plans.
He cares so much about it, and he just kills himself during the day trying to get it right, McConnell says. As I was starting Vida Blue, putting together song lists and calling them out and deciding tempos, I felt, okay, I can do this every night. But he's better at it than I am, more invested in doing it. The skill comes more naturally to him. But 20 years later, McConnell is trying to apply the lessons. 20 years later is a Phish song. Okay. Is trying to apply the lessons of leading Vida Blue to his new band, from how he writes the songs to how he considers its future plans. In the first days of July 2023, he went to see Ziggy Marley play a Burlington theater. He got there early and marveled at the solo dub set by Urian Hackney, a Burlington local, and the son of Bobby Hackney Sr., the death singer who had moved to Vermont in the late 70s and started a reggae festival and band, Lamb's Bread, there. Mm-hmm. The younger Hackney not only plays in Death these days, but tours with Iggy Pop, too.
Wow.
Go ahead.
McConnell and Hackney knew each other. His mother, Tammy, had formerly cleaned McConnell's house, and the young Hackney had once coveted a comfortable Vida Blue shirt, even if he never really listened to the band. A month after the Marley show, McConnell gave him his number and told him he'd love to make some music together. We started writing songs pretty effortlessly, like every day pretty much for a solid few months, says Hackney during a day off between Iggy Pop sets. It's the first time I've done songwriting like that, and him too, with no preconceived ideas. Hackney...
go ahead, keep going.
I'll just finish this one and then we'll chat.
No, keep going.
Hackney was surprised by how easy the chemistry came, given how different their backgrounds had seemed. A young black punk and dub drummer alongside the graying jam keyboardist, nearly twice his age. He has never even seen Phish, but now he compares McConnell to Iggy Pop. You can hear Iggy's music anywhere and know that it's him, and it's the same with Page, he says. It takes a lifetime to create that stamp, his songwriting, his voice. Oh,
very great.
That's like kind of emotional, actually.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, I'm very curious. This is an upcoming project we're hearing about here. We're getting wafts of it right now. It sounds really interesting.
What's gonna happen? Yeah.
McConnell had produced his previous solo albums, including Something Will Land. He himself produced his previous solo albums, including Something Will Land, but he wanted to step back with these new songs, which we don't know what they are or haven't heard yet, and I'm just like salivating thinking about it. McConnell asked Hackney to step into the production role since they'd built all these demos in Hackney's own studio, becoming close friends in the process. When McConnell told him that he planned to ask Santa Davis to be the drummer, Hackney freaked a little since the drummer was a personal hero, a titan in his world. A dub drummer Santa Davis, I don't really know. He met him once as a little kid when Davis was drumming with Burning Spear in Burlington. Bernie Sanders and Bernie Spear smoked weed together backstage. Hackney remembers, confirming my stereotype of every reggae set ever in Vermont.
Oh, Bernie.
Right? with Burning
He's
Spear.
the only sane politician in America these
Burning
days.
Spear, we should name him Burning Sanders.
Bernie Spear.
Burning Sanders.
Burning Sanders. That's funny.
Okay. For McConnell, Hackney offered a huge source of relief. I've got a producer now, so I have less control around it than I had in the past, says McConnell. It's nice to have someone else that can tell me when it's done. I don't have to think about it. I
would imagine, right? Yeah. Because like Page said, he would go on and on and on. Right. It's like hard for him to have that stop.
Right.
And it's interesting because Trey is kind of to Page's, I'd love to go on and on and on. Trey goes even farther.
Yeah.
So for Page going on and on and on, to have someone that's like, nah, let's call it. That feels like probably a really nice balance in his musical life, I'd imagine.
Hold on, just a couple of quick comments.
Yeah, let's do it. We're almost to the end of our article. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, the self-titled Page album from 2007 is great. Do you know, you got to know that record, and it's really good. I had it handy a couple days ago. Yeah, really fun album. Great songwriting, and really
probably
cool.
Not.
Heavy rotation. Yeah, it's a we'll bring it up another time. Concision from concise. Thank you. Synthesizer won't fit in a backpack. The microkorg will. You get a microkorg. The microkorg will fit in a backpack.
You can always get yourself a what's the do
vocoder or a harmonia or what? Yeah, your pianica. Harmonica.
No, it's with the tube. No, just like the little tube.
Yeah, pianica. Yeah, Augustus
we call
Pablo.
It something different, but yes.
Harmonica. What is it called? Pianica. I always call it pianica, but in Japan they call it harmonium or something. They call it something different.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, you're right, and I got it slightly. There's
a melodica.
Melodica, but I know it as a melodica, but in Japan they call it a pianica. That's the deal.
Okay. Yeah. Betcher is the premier theater in the DCPA. Yeah.
What's DCPA?
The Denver Center for Performing Arts, where I saw Herbie and Chick.
I might have seen George Carlin there.
I'm sure you, or maybe the Paramount is maybe.
No, it wasn't at the Paramount.
Okay, Betcher is like.
I think it was at Betcher.
The sound is so beautiful.
It's like a performing arts center, like where you might see the ballet or something.
Like the symphony plays.
Yes, I definitely saw George Carlin in the front row there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Chick Corea weather report, so good. Yeah, we have some. Andrea, I remember when Chick passed and you were really devastated. I remember you were kind of. I was. I want to ask you about your.
I'll just say this: Chick did these daily Facebook Live sessions at the beginning of the pandemic, and he went, I don't know, 80 days straight, 60 days. If you go on his Facebook page and go back through the history, you can find him. And he would just play with himself and talk about his history, his path, maybe like work on a composition he wanted to revive. And I was like, what was I doing with my life? Teaching online. So I tuned in every day for Chick. And if I didn't catch it live, I'd catch it later. And I would just lay around and cry because that's what we did in the beginning of the pandemic. And we were inspired by musicians who were like giving us this really hearted content to keep us afloat. And Chick was that for me. He really kept me afloat, my spirit floating through a number of months.
Wow.
It was big. It was really big.
Wonderful.
I know. I love Chick.
There's a question here. How scary is them retiring to you two?
Phish?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't see that happening for a while. So,
but let's just say it happened. But how would you feel about it if they did?
Sad.
I think I'd feel relieved slightly, and I'd feel like I have enough.
What? No, well, I will never feel. I'm like, give it to me, fish head, because of like the live thing. I would be so bummed.
But it would be an opportunity to like start a new way of appreciating. It would be like Michael and I went and listened to like the entire 2015 year, the entire like every show in 2015. Or 2009, I think it was. We did both actually. I think we did like once, in the off season, we listened to an entire year. And it was so enlightening, because you're like, wow, okay, the things that happened in this year didn't happen in the current year that we're listening to. So you get kind of analytical in that way. That would be fun. I would. I mean, look at us.
No, it would not be fun if Phish said
Not
we're
fun,
retiring.
but I'd be okay with it. Is what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't be.
I'll just say Bob Weir is 77. I would love to
get 17 more years out of
I
the
mean,
boards.
yeah, like fuck yeah, I would. I want Phish as long as they can and will be Phish. And I can't imagine them retiring. I think it would take, sadly, like a death of someone for there to be no Phish. I just can't see like retirement.
Right. Here's a funny
Who
one.
knows? Who knows? Hopefully we can all go to like the Phish retirement camp in Mexico forever. Like, take over or some shit. Music every night.
I'd consider it.
Page.
Seriously, consider it. Burning Man with the Burning Man at Burning Man. Fagan plays melodica. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Not relief. Okay. Profound loss, maybe. Okay. Yeah. I've already been through this a couple of times. We all have.
I know. Profound loss, like, it's a band. We'll get over it. And also, it will be strange to not have that psychedelic mirror of youth in live Phish music, is what I would say.
Okay. Well, my feeling when they broke up for the first time was relief. I don't think I would have the exact same feeling of relief. It would be a different kind of relief, but it would just be like,
yeah.
But
what's they were conclusion? Then they were exactly so healthy now.
Right, exactly.
Like it feels like emotionally and musically and in an embodied sense. So I don't know. I don't like thinking about that.
All right, let's not think about it anymore. Don't bring it up again, Matt.
Jesus. It's like, what do you do when your mom dies? Like, that hurts. I can't think about it.
Okay, this is you. Phish won't return.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
Or do you want me to take it?
No, I got it. I was just looking up Bob Weir and how old he was. All right. Phish won't return to the stage until the end of the year when it hosts its traditional 4-night party at Madison Square Garden. McConnell almost never practices Phish material when he's off the road, simply testing himself on a few very challenging passages before a run begins. There's a hard section of Fluffhead they call the Fugue, and he demonstrates a daunting bit of Gula Papyrus for me, an infamous bit the band dubs the Ass Festival. If I can play those pieces, the most difficult ones, I probably have the rest of it as well, he says, grinning. The gap means McConnell will have plenty of time to finish some of these songs, but I get the sense he's not in some major rush. He shows me a new brown clavinet he's yet to play, really, and explains he'll use it to do some overdubs on this material. The vocal session he told me was on the books for later today got pushed back, and he doesn't seem perturbed by the delay. Maybe the album will be out late this year, he tells me, like he's asking me. Or maybe next year, actually.
I'm working pretty constantly on new projects these days, which is really fun. Writing lyrics, singing, arranging, doing overdubs sometimes. But the amount of time I'm actually sitting at the keyboard is small, he says. It's not what's happening in my life all the time. I'm not scrambling so hard that I'm beating myself up. Dun, 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 dun.
And there we have a lovely, philosophy of life from Page McConnell.
Philosophy of the piano.
Don't scramble so hard that you beat yourself up. I had a conversation like that with my mom today.
Yeah, that's a little takeaway for sure. I didn't actually grasped that on first reading, or even just now. But now that you say it, it's like, oh, okay, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think that that's really good advice from Paige. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
you could maybe use to chew on that, Bri, just a little bit.
Cheers. Yeah. Note to self.
um,
Well, yeah, so it sounds like we're very lucky to have a tempered what's the thing on the bottom of the boat? The keel. It seems like Paige is he's
mm,
the keel of the
I
band,
love
right?
that. That's a great
Right?
metaphor, Bri.
I think we are yeah, I'm feeling really good about Paige. He's got his own thing. He's like, I feel like he might this synth keyboard combo, I'm telling you, like I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure one of the like contemporary composers of the day is excited, or like he's following in maybe some tradition that's already been and has been for a long time.
Oh, do you know Niels Fromm? He does all this
The
crazy
name,
synth and piano and organ stuff. Very
yeah,
like mix and match piano-esque instruments.
piano and synth.
Oh yeah, Niels Nils from Frahm. I think he's German. So interesting. Which
Yeah,
is where the synthesizer comes from, Germany, I think.
Steve Reich is an American composer who I see out there. I know that if I go to my friend's record store, he like specializes all in ECM records and sort of
What's
uh,
ECM?
it's the name of a label out of Germany that produced
Oh,
like a lot of like new age music, but they were
oh,
sort of like
interesting.
pioneers of all these different kind of subgenres.
Huh.
But they're this sort of I was explaining it to Brian, I wasn't explaining it, but I was riffing on it to Michael about they are sort of the underground Brian Enos.
Hmm.
They're like you know the name Brian Eno, but you don't know the name maybe of like Steve Reich or Terry Riley or who'd you just mention?
Niels from
Niels Fromm and so on. So
Max
yeah, I
Richter.
wonder if Max Richter, I wonder if Page is kind of making a little name for himself. I would like that to happen. I think would be a
Finally.
cool. Yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to happen for Page.
I
And I actually
mean,
sent this
yeah.
record already to a few people who are like Phish averse, but very, you know, Terry Riley forward. So I'm hoping that people will say like, "Oh, did you hear this new album by Phish pianist? He's fucking." It's actually like I've listened to it 9 times already.
Well, it's so quick that it's
Yeah, that's
put it
the other
on loop
thing.
and there goes your afternoon. I mean, again, I have like maybe I'm looking at my stacks. I've got like maybe 28 things to grade, and I plan on listening to the Page album on repeat. Although I was thinking about putting on the Atrium album to kind of think about how, even though they're both ambient, what strikes me as different in them. I thought that that would kind of be sort of
Interesting.
cool
Homework for yourself.
exercise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
just to
sounds
think
great.
about. Like my brain goes, yours does too.
Well,
Hi.
cool. We did it.
Yeah, we did, Bri. We
High five.
wait, are you this way?
I
Or
don't
are
know.
you
I
this
don't know. We can
way?
try. I think I'm this way on my screen, but
Oh, okay.
no, we did it wrong. Okay, we'll just do it every way so we can get the screenshot. All right, there we go.
All right. All right, Bri. Well, any other comments to wrap up before we boogie?
No, it just was
Speaking of
fun to hang out.
piles,
I appreciate you like making time and space, and I know that you're busy, and I appreciate it. And the
and
comments, thanks for being here, Ninja Cat Matt. There was a lot of oh wait, I think no, just it was just the three of us. Strong. Oh wait, what are we
strong and
saying?
wrong.
Strong and wrong, and what was the other one, Ann?
Um,
Slow and
steady.
small and steady. Okay, we'll go with
No,
that.
I don't know. I don't think we were strong and wrong today. I think we were light and tight.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, but I will say that statement of intent. Our podcast amuses and gives us pleasure, and amuses us and gives us pleasure. And Ninja Cat Matt enjoys it, and we're small but mighty. We're
Small,
small
that was the
but
one I was
mighty.
going for. Yeah, small but mighty. And
And
I just love hanging out with you. It's a great way to start my day.
I think we're a mostly wholesome corner of the YouTube universe. So let's keep it that way.
I would like to, yeah, for sure.
And as I think if we're having a good time, hopefully people are enjoying what we have to say.
Yeah.
And if they're not, oh well, there's a billion other things on the internet to check out. So enjoy that.
Well, enjoy atriums and enjoy something will fall. Something will fall into place. What is it? Help me out here.
Something will land.
Something will land. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Paige.
yeah.
Something
We
will
hope
land.
something will land for an audience one day.
Yeah, I hope something will land for you when you listen to this record. Go listen to it. Be encouraged.
Yeah. So good. It's really good.
It's really, really good. Page McConnell. I'll drop it in the chat one more time. I think there's only Matt already knows it, but
of course.
All right, and Gayute.
Gayute. See you next time.
Maybe we'll see you next time. Volume 16 or episode 16 in the books. Next one, 17. Look at us go.
You're like my favorite age. I continue to be 17.
Right.
On the edge of 17, Bri.
On the edge.
17. All right. Love you. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Love you
Have
too.
a great day.
See you guys. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
See ya.